Tonight we're talking about VAs or virtual assistants. To start off with, a VA is a real human professional, not a bot, not software, not a shortcut. This matters because I know when I have conversations with business owners, I think with the proliferation of AI and deep machine learning, that when they hear virtual, they think it's some type of automation. But a VA is a professional, human professional that provides support, whether it's administrative, technical, or even creative support to individuals and businesses remotely. In a nutshell, that's what a VA does. Um, Over time, the VA will feel like a natural extension of your business, someone who understands how you work and help translate your ideas into action. And virtual assistants are absolute game changers for your business. They take on work again that can be done remotely. They don't require you personally. And when that work just moves off of your plate, the shift isn't just operational, it's mental. Your inbox stops running your day because someone else is managing, sorting, and responding with intention. You have tasks that are no longer living in your head, waiting to be remembered. Instead, they're in a system like Asana or teamwork, something like that. And there's checklists and workflows to help manage that item. You have projects that continue moving forward, even when you step away, when you have a little, you need a little, have a mentee D on the side and you just need to have a break. You can go do that and trust that your projects are still moving forward. And probably one of the best selling points also is that you stop spending your time on $20 per hour tasks when your skills, your experience, and your insights, they're worth far more. I would also say the impact also shifts over time. It compounds where you gain more space for strategy and long-term planning. Just as a side note, I know when I'm working with businesses, they're in everything else. They're doing all the things. They're doing what they can to make their business run. But I would say probably the one thing that they don't do enough of is the strategy and the long-term planning. And by hiring a VA to get out of the lower level, like to get yourself out of the weeds, essentially, so you can focus on that higher level task, that is so important for your business to grow and to scale. So just consider that. And then you also move out of constant reaction into intentional growth, which is also very important, again, if you want to scale your business. The biggest change, though, I think is really subtle. You stop feeling like everything depends on you all the time, especially if you're a solopreneur or maybe you are an entrepreneur, you work with different freelancers or things like that. A VA really helps you just not only get more done, but they protect your time, your energy, and your momentum, creating space for clearer thinking, better decisions, and just a healthier relationship with your business. It is not your business running you, but you instead running your business, which is where ideally all business owners want to land. So let's talk about what a VA actually does. The role of a VA is intentionally flexible. You have all different types of VAs. And so depending on what you need, that is what you go out and search for. But let's talk about the different specific areas. One area is administrative support. That is usually the entry point when it comes to working with VAs, and many business owners, that's where they see the biggest relief come from. Administrative support VA can help manage your email. They'll tackle your inbox. They'll filter, label, and respond to appropriate emails. They'll schedule appointments, coordinating calendars, and reducing like the back and forth communication. They'll book any kind of travel, meetings, or events, and just handle the logistics related to that. Data entry, file organization, document formatting, all those things are included in that administrative support. And the tasks I just mentioned, they're not difficult, not by any stretch of the imagination, but they are constant. These are things that are always happening. You're always receiving emails. You're always scheduling appointments. And the constant nature of them, that is what slowly drains your time and attention. Another sector that VAs can help you with is customer service and support. So if you are a product-based business, this is a great way to help alleviate or to gain some time back in your schedule. VAs can help serve as a frontline point of contact for your clients or customers. So this means responding to customer emails or chat messages, managing shared inbox or help desks, handling common troubleshooting problems, processing refunds, exchanges, or service requests. That kind of support is essential for, again, any kind of product-based businesses to maintain that trust and professionalism. especially as your business is growing and your volume increases. The worst thing you can do, especially as a product-based business, is if someone is if they're having issues with your product and they're submitting help tickets or help emails and no one's responding. And if it's just you, especially on the team, I know you're overburdened with all these other things that are coming in, but when that inbox is sitting there filling up with emails from customers, people can easily get on X, TikTok, social media, and just start talking terrible things about your business, all just because you just don't have the capacity. But a VA can just move mountains for you when it comes to customer service and support. Another sector that they can help with is marketing. Some VAs bring in creative skills that allow them to support your content efforts. So that may include creating and scheduling social media posts, managing comments and direct messages, monitoring engagement and tracking basic analytics, writing blog posts, updating your website, formatting newsletters or email campaigns even. And depending again on the skill set, they could even assist you with video and podcast production, such as uploading, creating show notes, or just editing coordination. But the important piece of that is that you still remain the source of the vision and the voice. You still have to, again, have the higher level thinking of, this is what I want my strategy to be, and they help you execute on them. And it allows you to stay visible without having to personally manage every single platform. You get out of the day-to-day operations of it and just focus on the strategy. Lastly, VAs can help you when it comes to research and back-end support. Behind-the-scenes support is often underestimated. I mean, I started off with marketing, like a marketing VA, and I have kind of dived into the back-end support VA role as well. But that is where VAs can really create massive leverage for you. They can research competition, trends, industry changes. They can build lead lists or partnership pipelines based on your business, compile data and insights into usable summaries, and even prepare briefing documents to help support your decision making. So instead of spending hours of searching and organizing and summarizing the information, you can have someone doing all that work for you. So then that way you're working on other things. Again, in my roles as a VA, I've been in pretty much all of these roles, but primarily the marketing and the research piece of it. And now diving into optimization support, just because all these things are pretty much, when you get into the back end of a business, they're all interlinked some way, somehow. But again, it's a matter of focusing on what your business needs and then matching those business needs with the right VA support. But I will say, a VA can be one of the most strategic decisions you make for your business. And because it is such an important decision, I want you to make sure that you might be really hyped up to be like, oh, I want to go out and I want to hire someone right now. I'm going to stop you right there. Wait until tomorrow's video before you do that, because there's a lot of things that you need to do in-house before you go and try and look for a VA. I'm telling you, seriously, if you bypass this step, you're setting up the VA that you hire for failure, and you're just going to be spinning your wheels and wasting money, and no one wants that. I've heard so many horror stories from other VAs of how someone would hire them, and right off the bat, they want them to do all these different tasks, but there's no back-end processes or standards. But I don't want to get into all that right now. That's going to be a video for tomorrow. But again, a VA is very strategic. It can be great for your business. It helps sustain growth for your business. They help reduce your mental load and your operational chaos that you may have going on within your business. And again, they just help you show up as a clearer, more focused version of yourself. And I can't say, VAs are amazing. And if you find the right one, they can just really turn your business from being something that is working you to where you are truly being the one managing your business. So really consider that, think about that. But all that being said today, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if you worked with VAs previously, what's been the good, bad, the ugly, what stories do you have about working with a VA? If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around here before, welcome back. My name is Moni, and I am creating videos for those looking to redesign their life with intention. I talk about all types of things here. If you go to my channel page, you'll see all the different playlists, the topics there. Feel free to dive into any one of those. If this content resonates with you, do me a favor. I love it if you will like, share, and subscribe. I post daily, so I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, relax and take it easy. Bye.